Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to SMC with Arewa. My name is Arewa. I welcome you to my channel. If you are new, you can click on that subscribe button and don't forget to on your notification bell so you can get notified whenever I drop a new video, so you can come and check it out. Also, this is a Yoruba and English channel, so méjèèjì mo máa sọ papọ̀ ní ibi báyìí. Thank you once again guys for joining me. Thank you for your love. Thank you for coming back to this channel. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. For any of your advert, support, donation, any discussion whatsoever, my contact is always going to be in the description box, and I'm also going to leave it on the screen. Thank you once again guys. If you are new, welcome. I hope you stay. For the returning fans, thank you for stopping by once again. Monica Morakawa suit ni I say this is our office. Suit ni Arewa Inkosi. How do you like this our new look? She call me je. She like suit ta kosi. E ja wonu eto le ni jare eyin eyan mi.
Me I no dey follow na dey do any low profile life o.
Okay.
If I buy anything new, I go post am.
No problem.
If I wan do low key, I no go dey social media.
What are you trying to say?
I no go post my achievement ke.
Yes.
Na you help me achieve am.
January to now, you don't screenshot things we won't buy. You screenshot bag, you screenshot wig, you screenshot jacket, you screenshot shoe, you screenshot boxer, you screenshot pint, you screenshot Benz, you screenshot land, you screenshot person boyfriend, you screenshot person girlfriend, you screenshot eyeglass, you screenshot cap. All the things we don't screenshot. You don't almost enter 15 billion. How many you don't buy?
Concerning the issue of Mohbad, I'm sure we've all seen the police, the police statement on the ongoing issue. Let's quickly listen to that and come back.
Have so far been identified, arrested, and detained and interrogated on their alleged roles in the sequence of events that led to the death of the singer. The summary is as follows. Miss Feyi Sayo Ogedengbe is the auxiliary nurse who was contacted and invited by Yobami Sadiq, aka Spending, a friend of Mohbad, on 11 September 2023 to treat the singer at the deceased residence in Lekki. She eventually came on Tuesday, 12 September 2023 and administered 3 different injections, which are believed to have occasioned the chain of reactions that directly resulted in the eventual death of the singer. She is the principal suspect in the death of Mohbad. She acknowledged that it was the injections that she administered on the deceased that triggered the reactions which eventually led to Mohbad's death. Other expert opinions and witnesses' statements corroborated her admittance. Her actions of administering doses of tetanus toxoid, paracetamol, intravenous, and cetrazone injection, which was also administered intravenous on Mohbad at his residence, that's Mohbad's residence, on 12 September 2023, immediately triggered the reactions, including vomiting, goosebumps, and convulsions, that eventually resulted in the singer's death. This criminal liability is further heightened, granted the evidential fact that as an auxiliary nurse, she is not qualified to administer such medications or function as a qualified nurse. She also did this in a non-clinical environment and in a professionally negligent manner that negated standard medical protocols. 2. Mr. Yobami Sadiq, aka Spending. Sadiq is a friend to Mohbad who invited the auxiliary nurse to treat the deceased. He is being suspected of conspiracy in the death of the singer. His action in inviting a person known to him as an auxiliary nurse to attend to the deceased under a non-clinical setting occasioned Mohbad's death He's being held for conspiracy to commit felony. Ibrahim Oluwatosin Owodoni, aka Cry Boy. He's a childhood friend of Mohbad. He attended the show at Ikorodu in Mohbad's company on 10 September 2023. At the end of the show, Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight, during which Mohbad was injured. The management of the injury subsequently resulted in his death. So he's being treated as a suspect. Samson Balogun Eletu, aka Sam Larry, is a suspect who was arrested on allegation of being complicit in the death, as well as in relation to the videos that have gone viral about bullying and assaults, which in some quarters we believe perhaps had any link with his eventual death. He was arrested, he's still in detention. Abdulaziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, was also arrested and is still currently in detention for similar allegations.
ìrèdè ẹ máa yọ̀ torí ntẹ́ ń wá lọ Sókótó ti wà lápò ṣòkòtò yín. Legacy Food ní gbogbo tó jọmọ́ oúnjẹ lẹ́wà àti tòkè òkun ti bá rọrùn dé. Ọ̀gá ni wọ́n nínú kábániṣètò oúnjẹ ṣé tilẹ̀ wa ni àbí tòkè òkun Continental Food. Bá a ṣe ń distribute ní Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ là ń ṣe káàkiri òkè òkun. Àwọn oúnjẹ aládìídùn tá a ti package bí ẹja gbígbẹ, ọ̀fadà rice, èlùbọ́, gàrí, irú, ẹ̀wà olóyin àtàwọn oríṣiríṣi ohun ìsebẹ̀. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ sí ní Legacy Food? Bá a ṣe ń tà á lẹ́jẹ̀wọ̀n láǹfààní tún wà fún àwọn aláràtúntà láti wá kó lọ́pọ̀ yanturu pẹ̀lú owó péréte. Tẹ́sí máa rí èrè lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Dádì, mọ́mì, gbogbo ẹ̀yin ilé ìtajà ìgbàlódé tó jẹ́ ti oúnjẹ. Ẹ má làágùn jìnnà. Ti yín ni láti rán Legacy Food níṣẹ́, á sì jẹ bó ti tó àti bó ti yẹ. Bó sì ṣe àwọn aláṣẹ ìgbàlódé tó jẹ́ ojúlówó lẹ́yìn fẹ́. Legacy Food ní ẹ kàn sí because we are modern and culture service provider. Láti bá wa dòwò pọ̀, ẹ kàn sí Legacy Foods tó wà ní Nàìjíríà. Lake Holland International Limited, Mesa Village, Kọ́bápẹ́, Abẹ́òkúta, telephone 0902-022-5804 tàbí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Amẹ́ríkà ní Legacy Africana Market 671 Bay Street, Staten Island, New York 10304, telephone +192-935-35385. Ní Legacy Foods, we set the legacy.
I'm sure you've all listened to what the police have, updated us about. I don't know if that is, I don't know if that is the result of the autopsy that is being conducted, but I think autopsy results takes at least maybe 4 to 6 weeks. But nevertheless, I think this one is quite, quite very fast, based on probably celebrity that he is and all sort of that. With that being said, with the issue of Prime Boy, his close friend, and I said it before when this matter started that if we continue to want to apply sentiment or emotions, we will not get justice for who really killed or what really killed Mohbad. Because what we're thinking, or Ibita Fojusi, Naira Marley at Sam Larry, this particular death, they have nothing to do with it. They have their own, the assault, the bully that they will answer for. But for the death, they had nothing whatsoever to do to it. With that being said, we don't want to talk about the death in a bad way. But notwithstanding, Mohbad is not really a saint, so to say. Now, it is being said that the prime suspect in the death of Mohbad is actually the nurse, the auxiliary nurse that administered the tetanus injection and some other injection to him. And that his friend, Prime Boy, they had a misunderstanding, a fight at the last show he did on Sunday in Ikorodu, that they had a fight and that he injured his hand. Some said his friend used something to eat him. If his friend used something to eat him, did he eat him in the hand that got swelled up? But according to what me I heard from an eyewitness that was in the show, somebody spoke to me and said Mohbad was high, is an hypertensive person, tomato de binu, and he has always been like that since he was little. Ó wà hypertensive, ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ nǹkan tó nínú fùfù, tó máa ń tètè bínú, and he's tipsy, ó mọtí, ó ti fa gbogbo ẹ̀. And he has been doing all that before he joined Malian music. We all know he has been doing way good before joining Malian music. So all those things are not things he picked up in while he was in Naira Marley's place. This is living sentiment out of it. Like I said, Naira Marley and Sam Larry will answer for their own. But let's say the truth and let's leave sentiment or emotions out of it. Now, as I was saying, I wonder what causes the fight between Prime Boy and the friend. According to the person, they said Mohbad was tipsy, he was just quarreling. What kind of a fight would have happened between Prime Boy and Mohbad that would have gotten to that extent of sustaining an injury? It would have been better if we see the end of that injury and let us see how big that injury is, that he needed a tetanus injection shot or something like that. Because as far as I remember growing up, do people get tetanus injection just because they have a wound, they have a cut? Like, as far as I remember, when you have a baby, I think they give them tetanus shot, you know, when you have a baby and stuff like that. I've never come across, you know, having an injury, like, okay, when you have like a ringworm in your leg or something like that, that is when you require to get a tetanus shot. But that somebody have a wound in your hand or you have a cut or something like that, does that mean that you have to go and get a tetanus shot? And come to think of it, a whole celebrity is being treated by an auxiliary nurse in the house. Like, it's not making any sense to me how Wunmi would not take her husband to the hospital when he had an injury in his hand, that she would, you know, she will allow an auxiliary nurse that is not their family. I mean, shouldn't they have like a family doctor or something like that? Shouldn't they have like a family doctor or something like that? Is Wunmi even taking good care of her husband in regards to his health? Because I don't understand how it is his friend that went to go and get an auxiliary nurse to come and treat the husband. Like, I'm not getting that area. And did they even bother to explain to the nurse that this person drinks, smokes, and all sort of things before, you know, injecting? I'm sure did they injected this thing, he must have been drinking, he must have smoked and stuff like that before he was being treated with that injection, that it triggered an allergic reaction inside him. Besides, who went to go and call that auxiliary nurse? It was a friend of his. So how is Wunmi, the wife, comfortable for a friend of her husband to go get an auxiliary? Like, don't they have a family doctor that they will call upon if such thing happen? Like, why didn't they take him to the hospital? Why didn't she take her husband to the hospital to get treated? I mean, if it was she and her husband alone, she kò ní find solution sí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ní àbí báwo? Like, I still don't get that area. I think Wunmi was just way too careless in the care of her husband, in his health. I wonder what kind of injury he sustained that will require a tetanus injection. I don't remember the last time, even we get, you know, serious, it's not like a burn wound or a wound in the leg. A wound in the leg is what I know that people usually get tetanus injection for, which is not even a compulsory thing, so to say. Tetanus shot is not going to, make the wound heal faster or anything like that. It's not going to make it heal faster. So the injury was sustained on Sunday. Monday he didn't go to the hospital to get the hand treated. And then as rich, famous as they are, they don't have a family doctor that whenever they have an issue that the family doctor will be contacted to come to the house. I mean, this story is just way too. Is it true that, I think it is true what Prime Boy said, that he had like he was quarreling with his wife on that day of the show. Maybe that is why Wunmi was angry, didn't bother about his health, and it was a friend of his that went to go and get that nurse. Where did they get the nurse from? Why don't just take him to the hospital? Why did they just get a normal doctor? You mean they don't have a family doctor with all those millions? This is, I don't know, this is just kind of somehow. And again, I want to say something. I'm sorry if I'm out of line. They said a car that a Range Rover that he bought just got delivered worth 100 million naira. In my mind, I am thinking, look at where the father is living. You mean you want to be driving, the kind of background you come from. You mean you bought a car of 100 million while your father is living in that kind of house? Why your father is living in that kind of house? I don't understand. Àbí bóyá èmi feel pé tabanika tún fojú ìbílẹ̀ wò, ogun ti pọ̀jù tí wọ́n ṣe lórí Mohbad. Bíyàwó báwọn ẹbí ìyàwó ṣe ń ṣe. Ìyá tó bí lọ́mọ náà ṣí ogun láti ṣí ojú ẹ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ bàbá ẹ̀, láti má ṣe bàbá ẹ̀ lóore. Mi understand bí ọmọ ṣe máa ra mọ́tò 100 million naira tí bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń gbèrú lébẹ̀ yẹn. Bàbá yẹn ní kò fóun ní 100,000 naira rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo millions tó ní, gbogbo property tó ń ra lórúkọ ìyàwó ẹ̀, lórúkọ ọmọ ni. Ó gbàdúrú ilé yẹn fún ìyá ẹ̀. Even our elder sister and the younger one, kí ló ṣe fún wọn? Ṣé mọ̀ tí oògùn bá ti pọ̀ lórí èèyàn, ó lè yàyàn ní wèrè. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lè ṣe ń sa oògùn sí, eléyìí ń sa oògùn sí, eléyìí ń sa oògùn sí, gbogbo wọn láti control ẹ̀ ni. Ó pẹ̀lú ìṣòro tí Mohbad gan ni. Ó pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Mo feel pé èèyàn kan ló ṣí ojú ẹ̀, ló lọ ṣe nǹkan kan láti ṣí ojú ẹ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ bàbá ẹ̀, tí ò ṣe tọ́jú bàbá ẹ̀ bó ṣe yẹ kó tọ́jú bàbá ẹ̀. Because I don't understand how I will make it. I will be able to afford a car of 100 million naira and my father will be living in that kind of place. A father that raised me when my mother left me. That literally went to go and collect owó gbọ́múlé lanta, cooperative money, sold his carpenter equipment to send me to a polytechnic, to send me to school. And I will now make it like that to be able to afford to live on the island, to be able to afford a car of 100 million naira, and my father will be living in that kind of place. And the mother that was nowhere to be found when my father was doing all these things for me is who I will go and rent and furnish a big house for. Get 3 shops for her. The elder sister, he didn't do anything for the elder sister. I'm sure most of you don't even know. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n ṣí ojú ẹ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ ni. Ìyá ìyàwó àti ìyá Mohbad wá pàdé àpòpọ̀, wọ́n wá close. Wọ́n wá yọ bàbá ní setting. Bẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe ń mu sí lórí, lélẹ̀ ń mu sí lórí. Bẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe ń sá sí, lélẹ̀ ń sá sí. Láti ṣe kíni, láti control ẹ̀. But tí ó bá ń ṣe yẹn ni, ó ra mọ́tò 100 million naira, bàbá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ń gbé irú ilé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. It's a shame. I'm sorry to say, it is a shame. Lọ́dọ̀ tèmi o, it is a shame. that he could buy that kind of a big car and his father is living in that kind of house. Láì tí kọ́lé fún bàbá, láì tí look at the father where the father is living. Bàbá yẹn ní pé nítorí Mohbad ni kò sí ìyàwó kankan tó ń gbé nílé because gbogbo wọn máa sọ wípé ìsídà kò mú ọmọ ẹ àbí kò mú àwọn òun dẹ̀ máa mú ọmọ òun ni òun ní gbogbo ìyàwó tóun ṣe ń fẹ́ náà ṣe ń lọ. The woman you also spoke that day was not the stepmother, it was a sister of the man. Bàbá ò níyàwó lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nítorí Mohbad dẹ̀ ni gbogbo wọn ṣe ń lọ. Nígbà tó jẹ́ pé bàbá focus lórí Mohbad lórí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, àwọn ìyàwó tó ń fẹ́ wà jealous, mú ọmọ ẹ̀ àbí kò mú mi tí ó dẹ̀ bímọ èmi àfàwọn ọmọ tó bí yẹn náà. But Prime, I think when this kind of case happened, I don't know why everybody is trying to exonerate the wife from it. That woman knows what happened to her husband. I think she's hiding a lot of things. No wonder her elder sister came out and started bad-mouthing the father. Meanwhile, she has that woman, elder sister, has never met nor seen eyeball to eyeball with the Mohbad's father. Yet she was bad-mouthing, saying all sorts of things about Mohbad's father. Mohbad father jẹ́ kó yé wa pé kò rí òun rí, kò ní nọ́mbà òun, and yet ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ òun bẹ́ẹ̀. At the end of the day, wọ́n ní auxiliary nurse. The auxiliary nurse is the prime suspect. But I think Prime Boy and the wife should also, and the driver, which driver drove Mohbad that very day, they should get the driver to interrogate the driver as well. Kí ni ìjà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin Mohbad àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ ní show tó lọ? Ṣé ìyàwó Mohbad máa ń tẹ̀lé Mohbad lọ sí gbogbo show tó bá ní ni láti gbọ́ ọmọ oṣù 5 dání máa tẹ̀lé ọkọ lọ show? Mo fẹ́ béèrè yẹn ná, because I wondered what the wife was doing in that show on Sunday where the husband performed. Does she normally follow the husband to every show that he goes? Because òun tọ́mọ 5 months lọ́wọ́, ọkọ ẹ̀ ní show, ṣé gbogbo show ló máa ń tẹ̀lé ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ? Now, the wife might actually not, might be innocent, might not be guilty, but I think there's a lot that she's not saying out. Ó mọ nǹkan kan nípa ikú ọkọ ẹ̀, bóyá ìyá ẹ̀ ló ń já láti cover up àwọn nǹkan kan. But they are trying to exonerate her. Ní developed country, once a spouse die, the number 1 suspect is the spouse. Once a husband die, the number 1 suspect is the wife. Once a wife die, the number 1 suspect is the husband. But in this Mohbad case, everybody is exonerating the wife. Why? Why is it that? Is it because ọmọ ọlọ́pàá ni wọ́n ṣe exonerate? She knows a lot that she's not bringing out. Prime Boy has said it pé òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ jọ ń jà. Kí ni nǹkan tí wọ́n ń jà lé lórí? Ó tẹ̀lé ọkọ ẹ̀ wá show, kí ló fẹ́ fàjà? A jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti níjà tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń jà, tí wá ló wá fẹ́ fàjà ní show. Kí ló dé tó tẹ̀lé ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ show tó dẹ̀ ní bébì dání tó ń tọ́ tó tún gbé bébì yẹn dání? Ṣó máa ń tẹ̀lé ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ show tẹ́lẹ̀ ni? Kí tí ó bá ń tẹ̀lé ọkọ ẹ̀ lọ show, kí ló fà láti tẹ̀lé lọ níjọ́ yẹn? A lot of things need to be asked. It is obviously that the suspect is the nurse. Ọ̀rẹ́ wo ló lọ pe nọ́ọ̀sì wá? Ṣé wọn ò ní family doctor ni tí ìyàwó lè pè láti wá tọ́jú ọkọ ẹ̀? Èmi ò rí ibi tí àgbàlagbà ti ń gba abẹ́rẹ́ tetanus nítorí wúndù ọwọ́. Tetanus tí mo mọ̀ bí àti jomijomi bá dé èèyàn lẹ́sẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń fúnyàn lábẹ́rẹ́ tetanus. Ìgbà mélòó ni ìwọ tó ń gbọ́ mi àbí èmi fúnra mi tí ń bá ń wúndù àbí nǹkan kan tí mò ń sáré lọ máa gba abẹ́rẹ́ tetanus? I mean, it's not, lot of them is not making, I mean, so many things are just, the people close to him, àwọn ni wọ́n ṣekú pa. The people close to him within 72 hours, látijọ́ Sunday tó ti lọ show, títí dijọ́ Tuesday tó kú, gbogbo àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú ẹ̀. Mohbad dìde kó jà, gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń parọ́ dìde kó jà, dìde kó jà dìde fúnrara ẹ̀ kó jà. Àtàwọn tó ń parọ́ àtàwọn tí wọ́n ń sòótọ́, yọ gbogbo wọn jáde. The wife still needs to be investigated. She needs to be investigated. Prime boy ní pé òun àtìyàwó ẹ̀ ní ìjà tó wà heated. Kí ló fàjà? Kí ló fẹ́ fàjà láàrin ọkọ àtìyàwó tọ́kọ lọ perform ní show tí wọ́n lè délé kán tó lọ máa jàjà yẹn? Kí ló tẹ̀lé ìyàwó? Kí ni ìyàwó tẹ̀lé lọ ṣe ní show pẹ̀lú bébì dání? Ṣé bó ṣe máa ń tẹ̀lé lọ show tẹ́lẹ̀ nìyẹn ni? A lot of things are wrong. Ta ni driver tó drive wọn ní ìjọ yẹn? That driver will be able to tell us. The number one aproko is drivers. So the driver will be able to tell us nǹkan tó fàjà, nǹkan tó ń jọ argue lé lórí. Wọ́n nígbà tí Mohbad fẹ́ fún prime boy lẹ́sẹ̀ẹ́, ọwọ́ ẹ̀ lọ gbá ẹ̀ṣẹ́ yẹn, ìyẹn bóyá yẹn dọ̀jì ẹ̀, ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gbá glass tí glass yẹn fọ́, òun ló ṣe sustain wound ọwọ́. Ìyẹn àwọn kan tán sọ wípé bóyá prime boy fi oògùn gbà ó fẹ́ fún yẹn ní ẹ̀ṣẹ́, ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ìyẹn dọ̀jì ẹ̀ṣẹ́, ó ṣe kíni, ó ba glass, ó gba ṣe kíni, ó gba glass. How come prime boy is now when the police declared him wanted? That is when I started knowing that there's a foul play going on. To me, because this boy was present in the candlelight and the rally and everything. He was never invited, and suddenly the police declared him wanted. Why? 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 Kí ló fàjà láàrin prime boy àti Mohbad níjọ́ show? Ìyẹn nítorí pé òun dá síjà tó wà láàrin òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé ní sùúrù náà tẹ́ bá délé, ó ń kanra mọ́ òun, ó dẹ̀ máa ń bínú sódì, tó dẹ̀ ti mọ tí yó, tó dẹ̀ ti fa gbogbo ẹ̀. Bọ̀ kí ló wá fàjà láàrin òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀ níjọ́ yẹn? Tán fi lọ sílé, òun àtàwọn boys ẹ̀dẹ̀ lọ wọ́n wà ní ilé. Àwọn tó súnmọ́, the video that was released by those 3 friends of his when he was in the car, I think that was when they were taking him to the hospital. The wife was also in that car. I wonder why we were not hearing the wife crying. Àbí ọkọ mi máa ṣánkún tó ń dẹ̀ ń gbé lọ sí tí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣe fídíò like 8 seconds video. Ó yẹ ká máa gbọ́ igbe ìyàwó yẹn underground kó máa sunkún gidigidi torí ó wà nínú mọ́tò yẹn. Ó yẹ ká máa gbọ́ igbe ẹ̀ kó máa sunkún gidigidi ni, but a gbọ́ igbe ẹ̀ nínú fídíò yẹn. Ṣáwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ gan ló yẹ kó declare pé ó ti ṣaláìsí. Honestly, this case, we need to remove emotions from it to get the right answers. To get the right answer, we need to remove emotions and sentiment from it. There's a lot the wife is not coming clean concerning this issue. It is glaring the way the elder sister came out and started, going from one platform to the other to be granting interview that has no meaning. Trying so hard to exonerate the wife. Why? Tí ó bá lọ́wọ́ nínú ẹ̀, kí ló dé tó ṣe exonerate ẹ̀? Tó ṣe ń badmouth bàbá kiri. Bàbá tó jìyà, tó jìṣẹ́ lórí ọmọ, lórí ẹ̀. Tí bàbá yóò bá jìṣẹ́ tó bá jìyà lórí Mohbad, ṣé ọmọ Wùnmí máa rí Mohbad fẹ́? Ṣó máa rí fẹ́? Kò ní rí fẹ́. Gbogbo ìgbà tó sick tọwọ́ ń dùn tí gbogbo ẹ̀, wọn ò sọ fún bàbá. Ṣebí ìyá wà nílé yẹn, ìyá rí gbogbo ẹ̀. Ìyá náà lajú kalẹ̀ kan lọ pọ̀ Zulari nurse kò lè gbọ́mọ ẹ̀sìn mọ́tò pẹ̀ ní ṣọlọ hospital. The mother was also present there. So you mean the wife followed them to the show with the baby in hand? She did not drop the baby at home with the mother. This is so complicated to say the least. Mo ń bọ̀ mi ò tí dé.